As the Deputy aware, a project to deliver a new building for the school to which she refers is included in my department's capital programme. As outlined previously, the site acquisition process in respect of this project proved to be extremely challenging. Although officials in my department proposed an alternative, more expedient accommodation solution, the school authority stated preference was for the site acquisition process to proceed. The department officials have therefore continued to engage with officials in the relevant local authority under the Memorandum of Understanding for the acquisition of the school for school sites, with the view to securing a site for the school. I have previously outlined to the Deputy that my officials were working to clarify some technical aspects associated with the proposed development of the site. This assessment process has been completed and the outcome communicated to officials in the local authority. Engagement with the landowner is now underway with the view to finalising the terms of the acquisition and progressing matters as expeditiously as possible. Simultaneously, my officials are working to advance the project into planning stages and will be progressing this in tandem with the finalisation of the site acquisition.
Okay, thanks, Ceann Comhairle. I suppose the problem, Minister, is the end of the school term now, and parents and teachers and children are none the wiser for when this school will actually be developed. A school that's been operating out of a converted farmhouse for years and years in wholly unsuitable circumstances. And your answer has told me, virtually word for word, what you told me on the 6th of June in a written letter on this. So another month on, and I'm still not any clearer as regards where is this at, when is a planning application going in. I mean, you told me on the 6th of June that the development of the site assessment, the technical aspects would be sorted, and assuming no issues were arising, it would proceed straight away to the terms of site acquisition. Are you now saying that no issues have arisen? The site acquisition is in the process of being finalised. When will the conveyancing process be dealt with by the solicitors? When will the planning application go in? And when will parents and children know that this project, which is planned, will actually begin to be delivered?
Minister. But I understand, I mean, since you last raised this question, the various technical issues which related to access and connections to services, you know, they were the challenges. The clarifications needed were clarified, so they're satisfied that they can resolve those, but the resolution of those obviously will impact on the contracts and so on. And that's the work that's now being undertaken. There is no unnecessary delay occurring in any of this. They're seeking to progress this to the final, but they obviously have to, before they can submit final planning documents, they have to have, you know, all of this, every I dotted and T crossed. That's the reality.
What you're saying to me now is that the technical issues have been identified and have been resolved, and they're not an impediment to this project going forward, which then arises the second question, which is the terms of the site acquisition can now be finalised. When is that likely? When is the conveyancing going to be completed? And when will the planning application be put in? Because while you say there's been no unnecessary delay, and that's fine on one level, but for the parents and the children who've been in this school for well over 10 years in massively unsuitable circumstances, it's been an incredibly long wait, and they need some concrete answers as to when the nightmare is going to begin to end.
Well, as I understand it, I'm not a technical person, but they need various rights of way and way leaves. They need to be satisfied that the proposed solution meets planning requirements in terms of whatever building standards are to be met, and that involves certain infrastructure upgrades that have to be put in place. So there are steps, there's links in the chain that have to be put in place for this to be robust. Well, they can't give a definitive time frame, because in the nature of these things, you know, there can be delays that, with the best will in the world, we cannot foresee. You know, either getting way leaves, satisfying planners, that the standards are met by whatever is being proposed. Each of those are not in the hands of the design team alone. They require a counterparty to sign up, and with the best endeavours, I can't give timelines. All I can assure you is that this is very actively being pursued by the officials in my department and the design team involved.
Thank you, Minister.